Hey guys, doing a little myth busting today about the sixth chakra, the opening of the third eye. So, there's been a lot of things said about each chakra in the chakra system. And I wanted to specifically talk about the sixth chakra and all the things that they're saying about opening the third eye and what that means and what age you're at and what sound is there and what it means when you open the third eye. My name's Rebecca. I love kind of diving deep into this stuff and rising high. So guys, we are entering a time where we are going into higher dimensions within these bodies and on planet Earth. Things are not linear anymore. And humans love to make everything linear, right? They like their systems and their bullet points. But the thing is, as we cross into fifth, sixth, seventh, all these high dimensions, we become multidimensional human beings. We're living our ascended nature and vibration. Things just aren't linear. And through all my years, I've tried to follow systems and I just get discombobulated. My brain won't work. I've tried a few times, it works. I became a yogi, I became a yoga teacher, I went to college, I did it their way, and now I'm doing it my way. Guys, systems are kind of going out the window if you are on your ascension path and you're coming into the fifth, sixth, seventh, and higher dimensions. So, the yoga system is a brilliant system, but it's a system and it's trying to linearize things that are really hard to linearize, that aren't linear, that don't happen in a linear fashion. So one of the myths I want to bust about the sixth chakra and the third eye is that it develops in puberty. Now, this is very interesting to me. There's a book I have called Wheels of Light, and she's really very thorough about every chakra. I loved this book through the years, but now I'm looking at some of the contradictions in it. She says that the sixth chakra is all about the imagination and about seeing, right? And then she goes to say that it's developed and opened in puberty. Well, when are we most imaginative? Not in puberty. We are most imaginative in our toddler years. You know, when they studied Einstein's brain, he had a brilliant brain. And the reason it was so brilliant was because he was not going into linearity. He wasn't going into boxed definitions. He was willing to live outside the box and live in the question and live in his imagination. When they studied his brain, they said it looked like that of a 2-year-old, the way it had formed. Meaning that 2-year-olds are brilliant in their imagination. And I would think that 2-year-olds' third eye would be way expanded. Who knows? That is a myth that it is develops in puberty, perhaps. It doesn't really add up to me. So another thing is being a sound healer, I have a really hard time with people saying, this is the sound of this chakra. So the sound they put with the sixth chakra, so this is myth busting number 2, is Om, or the seed sound of or there is other systems of sound that go with the sixth chakra. I hate systems of sound. I am a strong proponent of claiming your voice, knowing what you know, and going to your own center up here and seeing what sound wants to come. I really love coaching people into their own spontaneous sound and receiving their own voice. So you can play with Om in this area, the third chakra, or the third eye and the sixth chakra. And then you can see what else comes. So play, that's what I've done before, is I Om and I there. Those are the sounds that the system has put there. But what is really there for you? And there is so much brilliance waiting for you to trust yourself enough to sound into your own third eye. And myth number 3 is that there even is a third eye. Yes, there are energy vortices of our whole subtle body. And they are not just in these 7 chakra spaces. Okay. It's very neat and tidy to put them like this and then put every psychological and physiological development into each one. But, you know, it's not always so. It's not in that kind of package anymore when we're ascending into the 5th dimension and above. Now, personally, I think a lot of people have been born activating the chakra system. I feel like I was born with my intuition intact. So, opening that up in puberty, I don't feel like that is a truth for me. So, all these systems, I really encourage you to buck the system. It is time to buck any system that you see a contradiction in. It's time to buck any system that kind of makes your energy system contract. Even if there are professionals and science behind it, it doesn't matter at this stage in the game. When you are ascending into higher dimensions and becoming a multidimensional person, there are no linear cause and effect, right and wrong, and good and bad. So, what if there wasn't even a 6th chakra? Woo! Or what if it was time to expand it out? If it's right here, what if it needs to expand this wide? What if we need to uncap the chakras because the system is now limiting us? Now, think about this. The chakra system is quite old. The science of yoga is quite old. And we are in a whole new paradigm of living. We are actually updating DNA. That's happening. We are updating our DNA. We are becoming higher frequency beings in these bodies. The earth is raising her frequency. So, guys, the system has to change. All right. So, what people are saying about the chakra system and what they have found out, it's my knowing that the system is now limiting us and we need to expand it, and not even work with, if you want to ascend and be a multi-dimensional being, you may want to let go of the linearity of this system and kind of not pay so much attention to it. Yes, there are energy vortices in your body, and those 7 major ones, they're there. And what if you could expand them out? All right. There's a practice that I do, and I'll link it in the descriptions, called the light practice. And what it is you expand and uncap every chakra, and you expand it out so that it's as wider than your body in your auric field. Okay. Expand it out, expand it out. Okay. And then from there, you just imagine light rays just coming through you. Okay. Because we are more space than density. And you just become the light that you are in that moment. You really focus on that. But the chakras really do need to be expanded for that. Now, the 6th chakra, they say it's the site of intuition, right? Our intuitive nature has everything to do with our willingness to listen. I love the 5 koshas. It's another system in yoga. And this is where they talk about that we are a spiritual being having a physical reality. And what they say is that your witness or your intuition, they tell you they keep you in line with what your spirit body is telling you, and they guide you, and it doesn't have a super loud voice, so we have to learn how to follow that sense and that quiet voice. Now, when we don't hear that and we don't really witness ourselves and guide ourselves that way, emotions are a little louder. Our thoughts and emotions are a bit louder to say, hey, take a look. Your spirit essence is talking to you. And when we don't hear that, the energy body starts to kind of get ruffled. Our breath starts to give us information. If we don't hear that, the body, the physical body, goes wah, wah, and goes a physical symptom and hopefully gets our attention. Everything that's happening in our physical reality with these bodies has to do with our connection and our ability to hear and our willingness to hear our spiritual body. Now, yes, this is a linear system and it doesn't have to, it's not really working in such a linear way. Everything's happening at different times and flowing um, but it is important to take a look at the physical body symptoms and our emotions and thoughts. They are our spiritual body trying to get louder so that we pay attention and connect and realize our true nature. And that's why the chakra system feels a little contrived to me, because if we are living in this kosha system, the chakras are a little too linear for that to me. Like the intuition and your witness body are the first level of your spirit body talking to you. So why would that be way up here in your subtle body development? And I really feel like babies are very intuitive. And so I really don't see the sixth chakra developing in puberty. I feel like it's there. And what does opening the third eye mean? I think it's another term for just awakening. It's that moment that you have the question, I think I'm something different. I think that I'm not just this physical body. Now, the thing is about awakening, it can take lifetimes to awaken, or you can do it in one lifetime. Or, as I always think, you can remember again. I feel like there was an awakening. I was awakened as a very young child. And then somehow all this stuff, thoughts, emotions, feelings, whatever, belief systems just kind of crowd us and we forget. And then as we get a little older, it's time to pull all that shit off of us and we remember again. Perhaps it's just that simple. We don't have to create all these systems around it. It's just remembering. It's remembering our true nature. And in remembering, all that extra sensing comes alive. Yesterday I did a video about extra sensing and what are the four categories that your extra sensing has a capacity in. And that's interesting to take a look at that. But extra sensing with extra hearing, right? I was talking about yesterday. They associate that with the fifth chakra. But yet it's just another sensing. It's another way intuition is calling to you. So I really, again, busting these myths, I really don't think it's a linear practice of like, okay, if you're a lucid dreamer and you are clairvoyant, this is opening. If you are hearing things and hear melodies, this is opening. And if you feel deeply, this is opening. But like, it's too linear. It's too contrived, okay? This is all going to be happening simultaneously. We are not linear beings. Everything is floating and free, and we're going to hear and see and feel. And so, guys, let go of the systems. And I know some of us have really been working a lot with the chakra systems, and it's hard to detach. You may want to watch my video called Walk Away. It's really about tuning in to your ascended energy and feeling into the thing that you are feeling like maybe it's not a vibrational match anymore. And if you can just feel if it is. Is it a vibrational match or isn't it? And then if it isn't, it's time to walk away and keep rising your frequency and letting this go. Systems are used to get to, it's a tool. It's a tool. It's not the end all, right? It's always, tools are always evolving and changing. And the chakra system is too. We're starting to uncap chakras, expand them out. They need to be updated, or just the system needs to be kind of put over there as we ascend into the fifth chakra and the above, the fifth dimension and multidimensional beingness. So this is an exciting time, people. You get to know what you know. In remembering our greatness, you get to speak about what's stirring for you. That's going to be different. You are going to buck these systems. Trust it. Trust yourself. Okay? If anything, what the third eye and sixth chakra tell us about is that trust. Trust that intuitive nature of yours, okay? I don't think the seat of intuition just sits here, okay? I think it sits here, and I think it sits here. What's your gut instinct, right? What is your heart telling you? These are all things that I've been noticing a lot lately about all the contradiction that we live in with our systems and forms and structures in our lives. I'm noticing it in our political system and our healthcare systems. I'm noticing it even in spirituality systems. Guys, buck the system. Put it in the comments. Buck the system, thumbs up, fist bump. Buck the system. Know what you know, trust it, even if it goes against people that have been studying the work for years. It's okay. I am here to tell you, you're heading into the fifth dimension and becoming multidimensional. Linear structures are breaking down. They are not working the same way. And you probably know that. And it's just building the trust to keep following what you know. So, hope this was helpful. I hope it kind of planted a seed. And this is a lot of fun for me, guys. I really love this. I love this, remembering our greatness together. Let me know what you know in the comments. And please join the High Vibe Tribe by pushing the like and clicking the bell. And let's get this channel out there to lots of viewers, so it really helps their ascension process. And that would be my dream. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for your presence here. I'll see you tomorrow.